Just
Let's get this show on the road.
the thing that makes our thing unique is a recording.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're already starting. Oh, wow.
So I think the thing that makes our little
Podcast.
so unique is
Is us two.
it's just the two of us and a dog,
Just
and
the
it's
two of
it's
us.
not rehearsed, and
Rehearsed.
we have no clue what we're going to talk to each other about. So it's just going
No.
to flow from.
Hopefully it's going to flow. Maybe it won't.
Hopefully something's flowing.
So, yes, welcome to this new podcast. What are we calling this?
Off the cuff.
Okay.
I think it's a good name because
Why not?
we are clueless what's going on.
Okay, so why don't we start by talking about why, when you were 5 years old, you were singing, what was that song?
Forever Young.
Forever Young, and you were crying your eyes out.
Who's the artist? No, not Alphaville. Anyway, yeah, Forever Young when I was like 5 years old. I have no clue if I think about it now.
Hold this. I'm just going to shut the door because that's going to make it better.
I don't know. I just felt very close. I guess, you know what? To be honest, as a human being on earth, we all struggle with immortality. But at my age of 6 years old, I don't know why I felt that song was so inspirational. Forever Young.
Was
I
this
want to
when
be
you were
forever
6?
young. I was 6. I
And
had no worries in the world. I was just freshly hatched, and I'm worried about dying and living forever.
But did you feel like you had worries? Or did you feel
No,
worryless?
no. I think I'm just I love music, and when I listen to words of songs, it really touches me. And at 6, forever young, it felt like I heard the beating of the world, and everybody.
You felt the suffering of all
wants
the
to
people.
live forever and be happy, but deep down behind our minds we are always haunted by one day it all comes to an end, and no one wants to admit that. But I'm 6. What do I know? But I felt that. I was crying. My mom used to call me into the house and be like, "What are you doing? It's dark. Come in the house and put the broom down."
Put the broom
Because I
down.
used to use the broom as a mic. Yeah, that's why. I don't know. Sad. But
I guess
funny.
it's not so much about death, right? But it's about like growing old and being old and not the same you used to be when you were like 20 or...
Yeah,
Guess
but
that's what the song is about.
yeah, but what do I know at 6?
I know, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like I've lived before and now I see I'm here again and now I'm
No,
gonna
that's what
go
I'm saying.
back.
Like, why would you know what it's like to be old?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what it
So
is.
do you think you lived
Maybe I have
before?
maybe I have an old soul.
Do you think you lived before?
I wouldn't go that far.
Do you
I
not?
don't know. I found that stories very hard. That and reincarnation.
Yeah, I don't.
Because you can't prove that.
Because there's so many people who are like, they say that they're this one person, and then there's someone else who says they're that person as well, or they used to be this person from this other life.
Or they say that you download your parents' life.
You download your parents'
Yeah,
life.
like something of some of their experiences goes into the child, and the child has the experience or
Oh,
fears.
you mean like
or,
generational trauma?
yeah, like generational trauma.
But that's
or,
a thing, I think, no?
Hmm?
But that is a thing.
Yeah, I think that is a thing, generational trauma. I don't know if it can be proven.
It is actually scientifically
Is
proven.
it?
Mm-hmm. Apparently so.
Hmm.
But I think it just depends on how your parents experienced that thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
like you said, for example, like when you were little and
Mm-hmm.
your dad experienced like racism or whatnot, like
Yeah.
that didn't phase him much, right?
No.
So
No. I'm sure it phased him, but he never showed it.
yeah.
He never came home with that, with those stories. So to me, as a South African black or mixed race, I don't. To me, racism doesn't exist because my parents never brought it into the house. I just always lived a carefree life. The only thing I remember is when we went to the field, to the park to go play. The only thing I always used to see was when you want to go to the toilets, it says whites only. But then my dad still took me to the toilet. So I saw my dad just walk over that, like,
Rebel.
yeah, just abolish that. So it never even phased me. Whites only, I was like, don't care, go to the toilet. And he took me to the toilet. So yeah, I never ever felt like a victim of racism. Never. So it doesn't exist to me. It's not something I fall back onto. So I could never play the race card because I don't believe in the race card. People will see I'm lying. I'll be laughing. I'll be like, is it because I'm black?
I guess that's why you like say so many things that maybe some people would be like taken aback by.
Yeah, some people.
And you just like you're making a joke because you're genuinely not fazed by these things. But some people would find it offensive. Or...
Yeah, I can phase through things. I'm like a superhero. Like even if the monster racism attacks me, I don't see him, so he doesn't exist. So I just phase through him. So he doesn't exist to me, so he can't do anything to me. So yeah, I've always knew I was special. Now I am.
Why only now?
I only now. I always knew I was special. Special needs.
But I think we all feel some kind of special. I don't know if we all feel that, but I know I felt special. I mean, I think I still probably think I'm special in some way.
Yeah.
So I wonder if a lot of people feel that way.
In what special did you mean when you say special? Like what?
I feel like there's something in me that maybe other people don't have.
Yeah.
Or like I'm destined for something more.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like a lot of people.
No, I think you're right. But here's the thing: is the kicker. I think we all feel that.
And I think we're all destined for something.
And
more.
I think it is all true.
Yeah.
We all are destined for something. That's also why we're born. If we weren't destined for anything, I don't think we'd be born. I think everybody on earth is here for a purpose. And our mission is to find out what our purpose is. Not what society tells us, but personally we have to go within ourselves and spend time with ourselves and find out who we really are, what our purpose is, and then find the courage to fulfill that purpose, no matter what it is. And it's all different things. It's not all the same. It's all
so hard to find your purpose though. Like for example,
that's the game, isn't it?
The way, like, how did you go through life? Did you plan everything out? Because I feel like nowadays people try to like plan it all out and be like, okay, this is my purpose. This is what I'm going to do. But I feel like you did it very nonchalantly. You just
I did it very
things.
Yeah, I was just clumsy. You're doing it. I think like everybody else. No one sits down and finds out what's my purpose.
But you'd be surprised. Some people nowadays have that problem where they just want to figure out what is this purpose that I have. Because of all the videos out there about how to find your purpose, how to find the meaning of life and whatnot. And there's so much information out there, but no one really tells you like how to actually do it and what it is.
I think
because it's such a like individual thing, and you just have to go through it to find your purpose, because by sitting down and not doing anything you will never find that thing, because I think you have to do something for a period of time to find out if this could be your purpose, you know?
Yeah, but the time when I was coming up there wasn't like internet like it is now. We don't have all that information everybody's got now.
You're very old.
I'm 1,000 years old. I was there when they invented the wheel.
The wheel?
And it was by accident.
When they invented the light bulb.
The light bulb and the wheel. So, yeah, we never had these technologies that now you can just at the flick of your finger, you can find out research and more things. It was just, we never thought like that. We were kids playing in the park, playing in the streets, having fun.
Yeah, so when I was growing up, I grew up in Poland, and it was very similar. Like, we didn't have internet, and it felt more
Do you guys have internet now?
I think so. Yeah, we do have internet now. But yeah, I don't know, because for you can still compare it because you were obviously a bit older.
Yeah.
You were an adult.
What generation am I?
I don't know.
What do you get? They get millennials, and you get the generation the X, or what are they called?
Why?
Generation X.
Generation unknown.
Generation, I don't know what we are.
I don't know.
I have no clue. How do they get to these things? I have no clue.
But you're. You know things other people don't know. You're that old.
I don't know when the moon was made. The stars.
They invented gravity.
When they invented gravity. There's one woman said on this one YouTube channel, she's like, what if they never invented gravity?
Yeah. What if Sir Isaac Newton never invented gravity?
I mean, I thought like, is she joking, or is actual people out there that is that clueless about what's going on?
Some people, because they just don't know much about much.
I think there's a majority of people that don't know much, and there's a minority of people that knows something. And unfortunately, the majority of people are the ones that are pulling everybody in that direction. It's very hard for the ones that know to go in the opposite direction. Because if you go in the opposite direction and you're
Because,
like a weirdo, like they say,
yeah, a weirdo.
a weirdo.
Because I think most people just want to have a peaceful life where they don't have to think about those things because there's so many problems in their life, so many obstacles, and so many like things they have to think about that they don't want to do the unconventional thing, the
Yeah.
thing that is gonna give them even more problems.
Yeah. However, the times that we are living in now, back when I was coming up, you could have that train of thought. But now things are tightening up so much and they get you on what you don't know. So now knowledge is really wisdom, and what you don't know can harm you. So you need to equip yourself now with information and find the truth, because it's so hard to find actual truth because there's so much garbage out there that portrays to be truth, but it's not the truth. So you really got to use your
It's very
what's the thing?
discerning.
Discerning. Yeah, very much. Don't believe everything. Yeah, research, find out if it's true. Like I just look at politics. You know, I love watching politics, especially American politics. Now that Trump is in office again, and the opposition and the things they did to him, and everybody used to believe. Most of the people believe that Trump was this bad guy. How can one person be that bad?
Yeah, I always thought because what most people were saying, obviously, like for example, the rigged
Yeah, election, everything.
election and stuff like that, I for some time believed that that was true because most people were obviously around me saying that it was
Yeah.
true, you know, that he was lying about the rigged election, that the election wasn't rigged.
Is this going on YouTube?
Yeah.
Let's see if it goes on YouTube.
Of course
Talking
it
about a
can.
rigged election.
Yeah, that's
And we're
fine.
like, no.
No, but it can be.
Pull that off.
Like it's freedom of speech, you know? Like I mean,
Yeah, it's freedom of speech.
if anything, it'll just be what's it called? Not copyright infringement, something like a strike or something like
Yeah.
that. But it's fine.
Okay.
But anyways, enough about politics.
Yeah. So
But yeah, what's important to just like a little takeaway from this is to like surround yourself by people not just in your circle who
yes.
think the same,
Yeah.
but to surround yourself with people who can also challenge what you
Yes,
think
yes,
or what the
yes.
majority of people you hang out with think.
Yeah. It's very important.
Because you can so easily get trapped in just
Caught
one.
up in a what do you call it? An echo chamber.
Yeah.
Where everybody thinks the same, and because everybody thinks the same, it has to be right. Which we have proven, life has proven that it doesn't work that way.
100%.
So
What do you think about, we were talking about manifestation the other day.
that podcast we were listening to today.
Was yesterday, yeah?
Today.
Oh,
We
today.
listened to a podcast in the car. That was a very good podcast where she says it's not
Mel
about you.
Robbins.
Yes, where it's not about you just manifesting and sitting back and waiting for this thing to happen. That it actually takes effort to get to the desired outcome that you want. And I told you when we were talking about it takes courage or guts. I said guts, didn't I? I said
Takes
guts, yeah.
guts.
To know what you want and then going after it, it takes guts. But if you really want it, you'll make the effort because the rewards will be worth it. But manifestation is finding out what you want and then believing that you'll get it.
Yeah.
And then, like she said, look at the steps towards the thing, desired outcome. You're not going to get the thing immediately. You're going to work towards it. But it's a day-to-day thing.
Yeah. And sometimes we think, yes, I want this thing, but we don't feel like we're worthy of that thing. Like that woman on the podcast, she had so many what ifs, which I guess, I don't know. Did she want that thing enough? Or maybe she felt like, maybe she was just a worrisome person, you know?
It's fear.
Yeah.
Fear is the thing. I think fear is our greatest enemy. everything where you're second guessing, where you're unsure where this is happening, if you base it down and you come down to the root problem, it's always fear. Always fear. Fear keeps you away from everything, from a lot of things. If we can get rid of fear, which we can't, but if you can,
You have to do it with fear.
if you can do it, yeah, in spite of fear, you'll be surprised what you are capable of. But you've got to do it, and it takes every day. Every day, it's like renewing your mind every day. This is what I want to do. I'm going to do it today, and then tomorrow you do a little bit more, and you do a little bit more, and before you know it, you look up and you're at your destination.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look at your destination while you're doing it. You're just going to feel discarded because it's going to be so far. So just look at one day at a time, one day at a time, one day at a time.
Yeah, like she said, don't put a picture of like, let's say you want a mansion, right?
Yeah.
But you live in a, you know, in a just a regular house, and it seems so far away.
Yeah.
Because you need to make all this money to buy a mansion, right?
Yeah.
And she said, well, don't look at it every day because it's just going to discourage you, and it's going to make you feel like you're obviously you're far away. Like, how can you take that huge of a leap?
I'm here in the mansion way in the future.
Like, how's that going to work? Obviously, it's going to feel like you can't do it.
It feels impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lola here is really taking in all the love.
Yeah, we went out with the dog, walked the woods, and my bright idea was to let her run free.
Even though we've done that before.
We've done it before, but we thought it's going to be different. But Lola proved us wrong and said, no, I'm out, and ran into the woods and started chasing elk. And you were quite sure that your dog was going to be killed by elk, being stomped over by an elk. And then obviously Captain Edson stepped in.
She's like, guys, I had so much fun.
Yeah, she had fun though. She did have fun, but never again.
Never again. She goes crazy.
So, what is your greatest fear?
My greatest fear.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's a hard one.
It could be anything. Like, what did you ask me what did you ask me in the car? If I'm afraid of small spaces.
Oh yeah, if you're claustrophobic.
Claustrophobic, type of thing.
Yeah. Well,
you locked yourself in a cupboard to find out if you were claustrophobic. I
am actually claustrophobic.
So were you claustrophobic when you locked yourself into the cupboard?
I did start willingly. I did start to panic in the beginning. This was when I was like 12.
Yeah.
And I decided to lock myself in my mum's pantry, and on purpose, because I wanted to see what it's like to be in a tight space without being able to get out. And I felt panicky, but then I told myself to breathe, and then I figured out, okay, if I'm in an uncomfortable situation,
yes,
I can push through. I can get myself out of it.
Yeah.
You know? So I just called my mum and I was like, Mum, I need to get out.
Yeah. That's a good way of testing yourself.
Yeah.
But then there's another way of doing it, and I think we spoke about it as well, is cold showers. Nobody likes taking cold showers. Sometimes you got to do something you don't like and see what it feels like to put yourself in an uncomfortable state. Because we are so drawn to want to be comfortable, warm, want to be just easygoing in life. But sometimes life is not easy. So you put yourself in, and the power is the fact that you're doing it yourself. Gives you that power that it's not done to you, but you are doing it to yourself. So I would say to a cold shower.
Yeah.
Don't lock yourself in a cupboard.
Don't go that far.
Don't go that far. Well, make sure you should have keys or your cell phone's charged, your battery's charged.
Don't lock yourself in a coffin and bury it.
Yeah. Take a cold shower. It's so much more safer.
Yeah, but I think you're right. Like, a lot of what we do is like, we're made to do those things, or someone tells us to do something.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, we go to work because we have to go to work, or whatever. But when you can take that power into your own hands and do something hard
for a good outcome, then why not?
Without being forced. It's like, okay, so I can do hard things.
It's like working for yourself or working for a boss. You always find it harder getting up to go to work when you're working for somebody else. But if you're working for yourself in your own business, and you just find you getting up so much, you're more motivated because you're doing it for yourself, you're not doing it for somebody else.
And even still, when you're self-employed, you still end up sometimes feeling like, ugh.
Oh yeah, that's normal.
Because it's just normal. It's like how life goes.
Human behavior.
You get used to the everyday.
Getting winter now outside. It's dark at 4. The bed is warm.
But it's
Nobody
like a
wants to get
different
up.
energy because you know you're not doing it for someone else. You
Yeah.
now get you know you have to do it for yourself.
Yeah, it's for yourself and
You're
nobody
not
else.
exactly.
That's what I keep telling
So-
myself. The bed is still warm.
It's so hard
The bed is even
sometimes.
filled even warmer.
I wish I could be a dog, you know? I wish I could be like Lola sometimes. It's such a comfortable life.
Yeah, she's spoiled.
She is, isn't she?
She's probably one of the most spoiled puppies in the world.
But she's happy.
Yeah, she's happy in the sound
And
she
she's
makes.
I know, right? She's probably the loudest doggy.
Yeah,
the
she's
most noisy
very loud.
doggy.
Yeah, when she gets affection, she makes like a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Lolit, and she's got different names.
Lorenzo.
Her name is Lola, but every day we come home, we give her a different name. Lorenzo,
Vincenzo.
Vincenzo, Margarita, Signorita, Conchita,
What else is there? Lorenzo. Oh,
Eduardo,
Lola. Lorraine.
Lorraine,
Lo-
Agatha, Martha,
Lolaine.
Martha Stewart,
Martha.
Griselda.
It's like, guys, what the hell? She started reacting to Lorraine the other
She's
day.
got an identity crisis. Poor dog.
Yeah, we just see her sitting on the
Sorry,
sofa and
Baba.
she's wondering about like her life.
You
What is my
Lola.
life?
Don't worry about it.
But yeah.
So,
So
Is that it?
Fizz.
Fierce, do you want to ask me, Fierce, too?
Yeah, because
Oh,
I feel
okay.
like we didn't really talk about it. We just spoke about claustrophobia and doing hard things, but we didn't really mention
I'm
genuine
scared of
fears.
ghosts.
I know, right? Which I find weird. Like, why do you even like this guy? He'll sleep with the covers over his head, over his feet. He cannot expose any part of his body at night because he says there's monsters. Even though he's sweating profusely, he'll sleep covered up. And then I'm swimming in this lake of sweat at night, and this guy is having, I don't know, a crisis about how much he's sweating, and then he's splashing the sweat onto me. Like, what is going on there?
I'm just used to when I was small, I used to be afraid of monsters, and I think everybody can vouch that when you're young, you believe in monsters, and that always stuck with me. So I sleep with my feet closed, and the blankets can just go over my ear, and just one eye has to peep out to make sure that everything is okay. I don't want to see too much. I don't want to see too much of the monster when he comes, but just enough to know that there's a monster. So I just sleep with one eye open, and I'm sure anybody out there knows what I'm talking about. And don't act like you're cool, because it is true. We know there's monsters. We sleep with the blankets over our eyes, feet covered, head covered, enough to breathe, so you're not suffocating yourself, and that's how you sleep.
Well, but has anything ever happened?
No, because I'm covered.
But the other night you slept with a little bit of your body exposed.
Did I?
Yeah.
I waited till they fall asleep. So I covered myself again. I was like, I'm not going to be caught by the white girl telling me it's okay. You know, in the movies, a black guy gets it first. I'm like, hell no. I'm covering myself. Get her. I'm sleeping. Me and Lolo are out of here.
Because I love just like when I'm hot to stick my leg out, and I don't.
Oh, sticking your leg out is the most rookie move on earth. They'll know when my leg is out, and they know my leg, and they'll grab me by the leg like in the movies, pull me, and I'll be like it's being pulled out of the blanket, screaming, and obviously you'll be sleeping and you'll not know. You'll wake up
So-
tomorrow morning and I'm gone.
So do you think the monsters don't care about me then?
No, but
As
the
much.
monsters knows that I know that they're around, and therefore they know I'm a threat.
Oh, so it's about knowing.
Yeah, you need to know. I told you
because
it's
you
all about
believe.
knowledge.
So what if you stop believing that monsters exist?
Too late, I know. What am I going to do?
You can change your beliefs, no?
I don't want this channel. I like my monster stories.
What? They're not useful.
It makes me sleep at night.
Makes you tremble and sweat.
Leave my monsters alone.
Oh, so you like it, so you don't want to change it.
That's why all my dreams is like superhero dreams.
Because you have to rescue
I'm
yourself
always
from the
rescuing
monster.
myself from the monsters.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I've never met an adult that, you know, is scared of monsters.
no,
but-
you just never have met an honest adult. There's a lot of us out there. Come on, guys. Vouch for
Comment
me.
down below
Everybody knows there's monsters.
if you're scared and give this
Under the
podcast
bed,
a
hiding.
rating.
Lucky the bed is so low, so I know they're not under the bed. But it is a bed that's that high from the ground. They lurking. Cupboards at night. Oh, hell to the no. No. Have you not seen movies?
Yes, I have,
Yeah,
but I don't
exactly.
believe them.
I'm glad you don't, Papa. I'm so happy.
Papa, I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
I don't have that luxury.
I guess one of my fears I always had, which I don't know why, but it was I used to be scared for some time, and I've never been like bad, never done any crime, but I was scared for some time that I would go to prison for like, I don't know, I would drive carelessly and kill someone by accident.
Yeah, but don't you used to watch like true crime type of things?
But this was even before, when I was much younger, like when I was a
Okay.
teenager, and I wasn't even watching those things.
Were you riding bicycle then?
Yeah.
So you thought you're gonna crash with a bicycle?
No, I thought, what if I'm older and something happens? Because to be fair, I would see on the news like someone carelessly killing a bunch of people when they're drunk driving.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing scared me. I never wanted to go to jail.
Yeah, so just don't drive drunk.
Yeah. But
Problem solved.
it was just a fear of mine.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I've
I
never
don't
ever
know
thought about
why.
things like it.
I just thought because I can't, because I don't want to not have that freedom. I guess it's more like not having the ability to be free
Yeah.
is my fear. Like I don't want to be told what to do, when to do it.
Yes.
That really scares me.
Yeah,
Because I
because
like the
prison you
autonomy.
lose
Yeah,
everything.
exactly.
Your humanity.
You become nothing.
Yeah. You're just a number. Yeah, no, I've never had that problem. As a black man,
As a black man,
I
I've
can
never
say
had
I've
that
never thought
problem.
of going to prison.
That's news.
Yeah. Never ever thought like, oh my gosh, prison.
Oh my god.
No. I just never lived in fear like that of things. There's once
It's
I
like
drove in London.
we've switched roles.
Once I drove in London. I was driving one of my family members' Range Rovers, and it was the time when when England hosted the Olympics. So it was very chaotic in London, and just so many cars, so many people, and I'm driving this huge Range, and I don't know London, so I see on the corner there's like 5 or 6 traffic cops standing with their motorbikes guiding the traffic because the lights were out, and they told me to come, but I was turning right, not knowing that the right turn I was making is a one-way road up, and I made that turn going up a wrong way. And I see these cops look at me, but I wasn't thinking anything. And I just kept on driving, and I just heard 2 seconds behind me, woo, woo, pull over, pull over. I pulled over, and this man is angry. This traffic cop comes to my window, roll down your window. I was like, hey, officer. Officer. He's like, he looks at me, he's like, you see us standing there, and yet you decide to go up the wrong way. What is wrong with you? Dude starts screaming at me. I'm just calm and cool. I was like, look, I didn't know what I was doing. In fact, I'm so lost. I'm looking for, and I'm just talking over him. I'm like, I probably hypnotized him. I was like, because I made my thing bigger than his thing. And then he forgot about why he's pulling me over, because I pulled him into my story where I'm lost and I need to find this place. And I gave him my phone, and I phoned family member to speak to. He had my phone. He didn't know what to do. He's like, I was like, it's on the phone. He's like, yeah, yes. My mother-in-law at the time gave him instructions on where I need to go, and then he ended up apologizing to me, saying he's so sorry that traffic is so bad, but the Olympics is happening, and blah blah blah, and then told me if I just go down this road and that way, I'll find my destination and all that. And I was like, don't you want to escort me? He looked at me like, no. What is wrong with you? I was like, oh yeah. I was like, don't you want to escort me so I don't make this mistake again? He's like, no. And he's like, oh, no, you'll be fine, just go. I was like, thanks. And no ticket, nothing. In fact, he apologized to me. He pulled me over. I'm driving on the wrong side of the road. He comes up, apologizes to me for London being.
He was just done with you.
Yeah, I just overspoke him and made my story more important than him, and pulled him into my story, and then he forgot about his story, and my story became his story, and together we became like.
I think it's all about just, yeah,
Lolita.
being nice to other people, because if you responded with the same kind of attitude, obviously that could have ended up much differently.
Yeah, I did say when he rolled down, I'm so sorry. he saw that I didn't try and shift blame. I took that
Yeah,
responsibility.
being genuine.
Yeah, and then he saw my sincere, that I did not see where I was going and I didn't know. And the fact that it was the World Cup, so not the World Cup, the Olympics, and London is packed.
Yeah.
So it was nice. I got a nice cup that day. Don't try that for real though, guys. It's a once off.
I think in England especially, cups are pretty nice. We were pulled over once. It was in Dover. And because my stepdad did a U-turn that he shouldn't have, there was a clear sign, no U-turns. And he did it anyways because we were running late. And then the cops started, going behind us and they stopped us. And my stepdad was like really apologetic. He was like, I had no clue. And they just let us off. Maybe it was the Polish accent as well because they thought, well, if we give them a ticket, they'll never come back again.
Foreigners. We love them.
Yeah, so I know people.
Yeah, I think police get a bad rap.
Yeah.
Because people are disrespectful towards them.
I think they're pretty nice over here.
They get it.
The things that people get pulled over for in Europe, for example, like Poland, is crazy. Like they'll get tickets for nothing.
Really?
They're really like they will give.
Do they get commission?
I don't know, but there is some sort of incentive there.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't happen here, at least I don't think. So. But yeah.
I don't remember what it's like in South Africa. The police thing.
No police.
There's no police. It's free for all. Do as thou wilt. It's the whole of the law. No, it's not. The police are there. I just never had run-ins with them.
I wonder, how do you see yourself nowadays? Because you used to be a runner and used to be a model.
Yeah.
How do you see yourself now?
Not a runner and a model.
Because a lot of people, when they do things, they let those things
define
them. And then they struggle with...
Oh, yeah. I felt the struggle. I mean, I'm a long time out of the business. But when I decided to leave the country and I was still under a 3-year contract with my modeling agency, I didn't know the ramifications of the decision that I made until I made it when I came here and I went onto my agency's website just to see myself. And I wasn't there anymore. And then the hammer dropped, what I've done. Suddenly, reality. Suddenly, Edson, the model, was just Edson. I cried that day. I was crying. I was sitting in the backyard crying. I called my parents. I was like, I'm not that person. I'm in 15 years of doing the same thing.
What did your parents tell you? I wonder.
No, my mom was very supportive. Mom's like, it's okay. You enjoyed it while you were doing it. You're on a new page now. Embrace this new page. There's a lot of new things happening in your life. But yeah, stock is cheapest when you're going through it, that you feel it. You feel that emptiness. You feel lost. Identity is gone. That person. But you just have to pull yourself up and know that was just a chapter in your life. And your life has still many chapters to go. Don't take things so personal. And don't define yourself by what you do, but by who you are.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm so profound.
I know, right? Yes, that's why it's so important to work on what's inside as opposed to just what's on the outside and the appearances of what people see. Yeah.
Yeah, but and the way I did it too, it was very extreme. I was one moment model, next moment done. That time of my life, I just did some extreme things, and I didn't take into consideration the backlash or the wave that's going to come.
There was no preparation.
No, I didn't prepare for it. I didn't plan it. I just decided.
You were oblivious.
Yeah, I just decided I'm done with this. I'm done. 15 years. I need to get out of the industry.
It didn't even register, probably.
No, I just wanted to get out of the industry. I was in it too long. I've worn it out, and I just needed to get out, and I just got out. But I think that's how I do anything. I wait till the precipice, and then I just decide it's over. I'm done. So that's when I got out.
So what do you identify as now? She, her, they, them?
I identify as a human being on Earth having an earthly experience, and whatever that experience is, I will face it full on. I don't identify anymore as something that I'm doing anymore. I'm more than that. I'm flexible. I'm versatile. I'm confident.
Sexy. I'm splendid.
I'm splendid. I'm fabulous, darling.
That's good.
Yeah, don't defy yourself by what you do.
Defy.
You just don't. Just be beyond that. Be above that. Because you're never that forever.
Yeah. Well, some people follow this one path, and that's fine too. But I think those people would probably struggle the most. Like if something, let's say they're a lawyer and they lose that job or whatever for some reason, let's say, they must struggle.
Yeah, the struggle.
So
I mean, I can tell you about some stories. Like a friend of mine, I won't mention names just in case anybody knows who he is, but people that were in the industry will probably know. Well, the industry is a weird thing. Modeling industry is weird because it's all very much vanity based.
Of course.
And just inflating your ego, and that goes to your head, and you think you are Mr. Big Stuff. So you'll be casting for big campaigns like Jimmy Choo or Ralph Lauren or anything like that. And a friend of mine casted for, which campaign was it? It was a big one, like really one of the big worldwide campaigns, and a very good model from Brazil. Is it Brazil? Was it Brazilian? Yeah, I think it was Brazilian. Not sure. No, sorry, Jamaican. He was a model from Jamaica. Very good guy, very good looking, and went for this big job. And it was between him and I think a model called Tyson Beckford. Models will know who Tyson Beckford is. And he didn't get the job. And it affected him so much that he took his own life. So that is the extreme thing that happens when you take yourself too serious, when you take what you do too serious. Because life doesn't guarantee you anything.
Mm-hmm. Did you at any point feel like when you quit your career as a model, did you feel like my life is not worth living now?
No, because I made the decision. It's like you made the decision to put yourself in the cupboard. So you couldn't really stress out because you put yourself in that position, right? So, but I think it would be bad if I still were in the industry and the agencies wouldn't want me anymore, where I'm older or I'm not looking anymore in shape like I used to, and I'm not working in the field anymore, and the agencies tell me no, not anymore. I think then you feel that because your ego's not done yet. Mm-hmm. Your ego still wants more, and suddenly the meal gets cut off. That's when you suffer from bad withdrawals, because it's not you didn't claim the power to end it. It was ended for you. Someone has taken that from you. So I think then I would have felt it really bad. But because I did it in time for myself, and I think subconsciously I knew what I was doing it for is to get out of the industry before the industry is done with me. So I kept the power. So even though I was feeling heart sore and broken, the thing that comforted me was the fact I did it, and I could live with that. And that's why I could come out of it quicker than what I would if my agency told me, look, we can't represent you anymore. You're not anymore what we're looking for. Then I'd be like, why? But it didn't happen. So you got to know when to be in, and you got to know when to get out. Mm-hmm. Don't get greedy. It's like life is a gamble.
Yeah.
You got to know when to lay it all on the line. You got to know when not to. You got to read the room.
Yeah.
So I read the room.
And you left.
And I left in time. It was hard. It's still hard. If I felt the way I did and I made the decision, I would hate to feel the person that it happens to that didn't make the decision, and you were out on the streets, if you want to put it that way. And there's no agency or modeling agency that wants to represent you anymore.
I guess that's what it is as well, because you feel a part of a community, and there's as a model, I guess also you're given
we were
jobs.
Family.
I guess obviously you have to go to the castings and stuff,
mm-hmm.
but you have that middleman, right, to do, I guess, find your castings and stuff like that, and you feel very much taken care of.
Yeah.
And when you're thrown in at the deep end into real life, you're kind of like, okay, where do I
Yeah,
go
what do I
from?
do? Yeah.
Like, how do I even live life? You
Yeah.
said you had a chauffeur, you
Yeah,
had,
I had a driver that picks me up and take me to my auditions. My agency, that's what they call your mother agency, because they do everything for you. They mother you,
yeah,
make all your bookings, and yeah, so you become very dependent on them.
yeah,
And there's a handful of models that are all together. We all travel, we all do the same type of job, and our times are different to the normal 9 to 5 person. Everybody gets up in the morning to go to work. We sleep in. Our castings are normally at 10, 12 o'clock. We wake up, go to the beach, hang out, go to people's houses, party, you know, so you have this community going, and you look at the rest of the world like,
you feel different.
yeah, you feel
feel different to
different.
everybody
You look at the
else.
rest of the world like you're looking at the zoo.
Yeah.
9 to 5, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, type of thing. You sitting and having coffee in the morning because you want to get up that time early for something. So you go for a coffee and you sit down and you're chilled and you're watching the hustle. People going, and you're like, wonder what that's like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's another world within a world.
Yeah, and I guess back then as well was like a very, like that was one of the few things that people could do that was different to the regular life.
Yeah.
Because
back then.
nowadays
Nowadays,
there's so many people working remote and
yes, yeah,
they can do, you know,
Yep.
that thing where they don't have to do the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
But back in the day it was obviously
Yeah, it was 9 to
very
5.
rare.
Yeah, very rare.
Yeah, so
Times has changed.
I know.
Times has changed. Trump is in office.
He's talking about Trump.
Trump is in office. Anything's possible now. Exciting times, exciting times. The world is
Alright.
definitely changing very fast.
Yeah, I mean we're on like 41 minutes now.
Yeah.
Shall we end it here?
Yeah, we could.
And because let's see if people even want to talk about us.
Yeah, if you
talk
like,
to
if you like
us.
what you heard and you want to hear more,
Talk to us. What am I even saying?
if you have any topics you think we need to talk about,
Yeah, so comment down below any topics you want us to talk about. We are brother and sister, as you can tell.
we're actually twins.
If you want us to talk about, I don't know, anything, just let us know.
Yeah,
And we'll talk about it.
that was fun.
That was fun.
Thanks, Lola.
Fist bump. Even though we don't do that.
Brother and sister style.
What?
Brother and sister style.
Oh, yes, brother and sister style. I thought you said pregnant sister style. I was like, what the hell?
All right, calm down. Cut.
Good. Lola, do you want to say anything?
I hate this woman. Lola, that's rude, Baba.
Alright, guys.
I don't care.
See you later. Love you all. Comment down below what you want us to talk about in the next one.
Give me treats. That was funny.
Yeah.